Ooh, there we go. Hi, guys. So I have a webcam this time, which hopefully is working. Can you guys hear me? Not sure. Oh, good. They can hear me. Yay. Thanks, Carissa. All right. You get to see a little bit more of the table here, but we're doing a top-down view so you can actually see straight on what I'm doing. Isn't this so much better? Way better. I don't know how to align things. It's very different. So now I can see my screen really well, and you guys can see all my stuff really well. Isn't that great? So I'm going to be doing something a little different today. You know those days where you just don't feel like it? This is one of those days. So a little bit tougher to make myself paint today, but that's why we do this, right? We force ourselves to work on something. So I still have this idea for a large tree painting, and so I want to do another larger thumbnail of that, and I don't really know exactly how it's going to go. But a fun thing that I have today is this metallic watercolor set. I'll give you a close-up that I got in the mail off Amazon. I'll put the link after this video is done to purchase this awesome set. But I have a video review on this set coming out in a few weeks. So really excited about this. Have loved it so far. Haven't used it a ton, but I thought I'd use it a little bit today. So, yeah, in terms of like what I'm painting, I definitely wanted to do another tree scene. Got my tea here. But I don't know, the last time I did this, and I have the last ones I did to show you, and it's good for me to be reminded of what I liked about some of these and what I didn't. So these are obviously the ones I did a few weeks ago. I like this one's really cool. This one's kind of cool too. I like the depth drawing you into the space. This one is just interesting with the backlight and the shadows coming forward. This one was cool, but I kind of literally just copied the picture and like, well, it's not really my own. It's not really exactly what I was thinking. This one's cool, just a little maybe too basic. I like this one because the tree's more irregular and, you know, this has more depth, whereas this is kind of just like a clump of trees kind of close, even though the idea is more what I want. So I'm going to look up some images here, see if I can get an idea. Dramatic large trees. You think that'll pull up anything interesting? Maybe. Ooh, that's kind of cool. A little bit more foresty in this one. You probably can't see that very well. Foresty. That's kind of cool. Let's see what else comes up with that. It's definitely cool. but I'd want more sky spaces. So maybe basically I'll take parts of that I like. So let's go back to my page here. And do a combo. So I like this. Let's see, there's a big tree here. I'm going to make him a little bit skinnier. Big tree to the back. I think it's multiple trees kind of overlapping. There's another tree here. I almost want to bring it over just a little bit more. This could be very dramatic. I don't know if it's what I want though. It's weird how like in your head, like you have this idea, but getting it out on paper can be frustrating sometimes because it's not, the picture in your head's not really clear enough to make it happen, but yeah. I like being able to show a little bit more depth. So if I basically, this is kind of the forest ground here. And if I showed, let's see, is this the tree here? Yes, tree here. If I showed more blue sky in these openings, maybe I don't put a tree there. Just a skinny one. And let this be the opening. That should work. Let's see. Dark green leaves here. Dark in here. Dark in here. Let's just try it, and then I can always do another one. I'm going to flip to a new page, and I can set up another guy. But let's start with this and just see what it looks like. So hopefully this top-down view is awesome, actually, because you can see everything I'm doing and see the painting come to life a little bit more. It's my first time setting it up, so hopefully it's close enough. We'll kind of figure that out as we go. Might be able to actually lower you guys just ever so slightly. I don't know if that did anything, but here we go. Okay. I'm going to start with normal watercolors, I think, today. And then we'll add in some sparkle as we go. So I'm just looking at kind of the main chunks of value. And I want to just kind of roughly put in where some of that stuff goes. I'll be a little bit more precise than I was with my other thumbnails, just because I want to see if I can refine it enough that it will look a little bit more like what I was envisioning. Sometimes shadows call for a little bit more blue than darker browns or blacks or something. Honestly, I'm kind of working opposite of what I should be for watercolor, but that's okay. I feel like I need to establish my darks first because you have a better sense of composition and how balanced it is when you do that. But usually in watercolor, you kind of go the opposite. So hopefully this doesn't backfire. There's rules, right? But not really. There's guidelines in art. Sometimes you break them. You have to understand them before you can break them. Can you tell that I've used this one a lot more and this one I just got palette wise? This one is so messy. It's okay. It's a good creative mess. Yeah, this is going to show more of the ground over here, which I think is really beneficial. Where the light is really helpful. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and watching. Hope you're having a great Friday. It's the weekend. I feel like weeks are flying by these days with with quarantine stuff and everything feeling like the same day over and over again. Days just fly by. So I can't believe it's Friday already again. I'm glad it's Friday again, but it is like totally like flying by the weeks. I don't know who's all quarantining where and if they still need to and blah-de-da, but it's been like 60 days for me in quarantine, so that's a long time. I've been staying really productive, getting lots done. I'm totally doing this in reverse. Watercolorists out there are probably like, what is she doing? I'm sorry. I went for my gut and needed to put in my values first. I'm hoping and praying that doesn't backfire, but it's funny how watercolor dries so much lighter than what you intended it to be. So having to go back and add in like actual black is more necessary than you'd think. Okay, it's coming to life a little bit more. I should maybe put in some of my bright greens now so that I can have a better idea of where leaves are going to be. Actually, I should totally do the sky first. Let's see here. Don't worry, I will get to the metallic colors. You have to stay tuned for that. It looks better on top of the watercolor, the basic watercolor. So we're going to put in blue in here. I kind of got rid of a tree because I wanted more blue. Because blue sky makes me really happy. A little hint of it over here. And we'll probably cover some of that up, but for now, that works good. Now let's go for really pale green. We're going to go for the light greens. So yellow and lime green. Oh, maybe more yellow, honestly. We want warm, yeah, really vibrant. And we're going to stick that in here. Isn't that gorgeous? That spring green is just so pretty. Let's see, a little bit over here. Indent some of it in this area. Kind of go around and over my darks, which is why I would have done, that's why watercolorists do it the other way around. They put their lights down first, is because then you can put your darks right on top and it'll cover it. I'm really excited for summer and hopefully being able to get out and go hiking and stuff like that. I'm really looking forward to that. Walking through the Colorado forests and checking out the streams and I'm like really excited about that this year for some reason. We're going to get a little cooler. I have this green and this little guy. Well, is he cooler than this one? He's not really. He's actually warmer. Oh, no, he looks cooler. We'll put him in here. A little bit of that green. There's a hint, of it down here. Not quite as bright, though. More watered down. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We got 6 people watching. Thank you. Super fun. Hope you're having a productive, creative Friday. Like I was saying at the beginning, I didn't really want to sit down to do this today, but sometimes you got to do things. That's why I schedule this every week, so that it forces me to sit down and paint. You might be like, well, wouldn't you always want to paint? I don't know. No, honestly, not. But it's like anyone else's job or anyone else's, passion. There's days where it just doesn't jive with you as much, and that's okay. But I've learned that you need to force yourself to work on things. You actually, in the process of forcing yourself, which I'm already feeling right now, you start to be revived in the passion. And you're like, oh, I do like this. Oh, I'm glad I did this. Oh, look how much I got done. It honestly, that's what happens. So give it a try. If you're like, I don't want to work on a project that you've put off for a while, literally force yourself to sit down and do it, and you will get it done or make progress. Okay, let's go for some darker greens now. Yes. I am kind of keeping the metallic for after, just because I think I'll be happier with the result. I want to make sure I get the dark colors in there that I want first. This tree has some interesting shadows from the leaves above it on it, so different color, but they're there. So I wanted to hint at that a little bit more. Back to the dark green, maybe more of a medium green that I put in spots first. To kind of hide and emphasize some of the really bright stuff. You have to have contrast. You can't underestimate contrast. So if you did your whole painting really bright because you want it to be really bright, it's not going to be as impactful unless you put in some darks also. It's kind of like I don't believe in yin and yang, but it's kind of about the yin and yang idea where you need a little bit of the light and a little bit of the dark for it to actually be more effective. Oops. Let's see here. Now we can go dark in here. Things can be less defined in the distance because that's what happens in the distance. I hope you know. Less detailed, more implied. Colors get a little bit lighter and bluer depending on the situation, but most of the time, lighter and bluer. Okay. Need some deeper greens in here. Back in the distance. It definitely changes to be more brown on the foreground because we got some dirt happening. This tree back here is a little bit weird because I just put in the lights. I didn't work with darks yet. to go back in to put some of my really, really darks. But we're going to continue with the foreground, or the, muddy path and stuff in here. See, adding in those darks back in there is really going to make that pop more. Ooh, yeah. It's going to be nice. I personally really enjoy contrast, so putting this in here is really exactly what I'm envisioning. Composition-wise, I'm still not sure if I like it for what I want for the big canvas that I have. I'm just going darker and darker with the stuff in the foreground here because you want things to really pop forward. And to do that, you need contrast. Oops, got a little bit thick there. Painting with thick paint. Why? It's so nice. Doesn't it make you want to go into the mountains? It just does for me. Bring a sack lunch and go hang out in the mountains, man. I am hungering for that. I will tell you that much. I'm going to soften some of this detail back in here a little bit. Because again, when it's far enough away, you're really not going to see like individual leaves or anything like that. So softening that. I want the bark like up close to be really, really intense. So there's a few more darks in this shadow here. And then this branch that I put in can be really inky black, just like really dark. And even up in here a little bit, we could put some more dark leaves. So the contrast is really building up here, which is important. I love stray branches, kind of like this. Gotta find where all those little guys are because that's really interesting for the composition. Just sort of this whole side of the tree is kind of in shadow here. And up here it's kind of in shadow, so I'm putting sort of a bluish shadow. And then, oops, that's pure blue on top there. Get a little bit more happening up in here. I need a little bit darker. Stems for these guys in the distance. A little bit darker greens, I think, especially up in here, to make those greens really pop. Yeah. Honestly, doing that glaze over the blue is kind of nice to kind of hint at some more leaves back in there. Okay, so like this has kind of a bright spot on it, which I like. This is bright down in here, which is good. This is a little bit, well, it's hard to say if it's distracting or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Let's see, I want more purple. Sometimes hinting, exaggerating colors is always a fun thing to do in here. So putting in intentional purples. Now, I'm getting close to when I want to use the metallic colors here. So I hope you're excited, because I am. I definitely don't want to overdo it. Putting a little bit of definition over here so it doesn't look like it's a complete different world beyond that tree. So a little bit of maybe too much, I don't know, something in here. Too much sharp edges. Don't want it to be too sharp. Okay, that's better. Okay, so it's about what I'm gonna do there for the normal watercolor. And then we're gonna dig into, and I might switch brushes here because dig into some metallic. Woohoo! Now, at first, you guys might not be able to see this very clearly, but I will be sure to hold it up for you so you can see up close what it looks like. But basically, I'm going to maybe go in with the blue. And I'm going to put a glisten of this on top of, and this is more just for fun. Obviously, for my big painting, I'm not going to add in metallic because I was going to do oil. There's probably metallic oils, but I don't have them, and I'm not going to buy them anytime soon. So I don't know if I'd like that in an oil painting so much, but watercolor, it's kind of a fun little touch. Let's see, maybe a little bit in the ground. Let's see. This gold color is really pretty. So if I come in and just put a hint of that, that's going to warm it up right there, which is really nice. Warm it up as it goes this way. Like I said, I have a review on this palette coming out probably not next week, but the week after. So stay tuned for my thoughts. So I won't share my thoughts on it now because I want you to watch the video later. There's a little, I could go in with the green. There's not exactly the right kind of green. But I think if I just put a little bit over, you'll be able to kind of see the glisten. I don't know if you probably can't see any of the glisten right now, but again, I'm going to show you up close. But yeah, it's really pretty. And I think my favorite is working with it on top of some of these colors, normal watercolors. We'll put a glisten over this white stuff here. A little bit in the sky. And just keep it on the really intense stuff because it kind of just adds to that effect. Ooh, yeah, I can really see it. It's really pretty, guys. It's really pretty. Let's see if I can add a little bit of yellow up in here. Yeah, just to warm that up. Touch so the glisten is not so cool. Oops. Maybe we'll put a hint. This purple is gorgeous. Favorite color. Hint of the purple on the purple. And I did put a little purple back in here as well, which is kind of fun. I don't know if that was intentional. I can't remember. I think it just ended up being purpley. Yeah. That is just yummy. Put a little bit, just a little bit over in here and down in here. Purple really, ooh. Okay, stop me. I'm just putting the purple in. Ooh, that's just so pretty. Okay, let me show you up close. You can share in my joy here. And we'll see how this looks. It's still wet, but I don't know if you can see it or not. Oh, there's a little glisten. There's definitely wet spots right now. I don't know if you can see any of it. Oh, the purple's showing up now on the bottom. Right there. That's the metallic. You can see how it disappears, comes back brighter. That's a perfect example of what the metallic is doing. You'll see that in a few spots, but it's a little hard to see on camera. But I'm really liking this. Now, I've noticed that, once I put the metallic down, it covers up some of my darks, which I don't want. Like the glisten hits, like I kind of skipped over and hit some of the dark. So I want to make sure that that is covered. So I'm going to go in and make sure that my darks are still very dark and not affected by metallic colors too much. Because we don't want to go crazy with the metallic sparkly stuff. Actually, what could look really cool is, because colors get cooler and lighter as they go back, is to put a little bit of this on top of the darks in the distance, because it's going to put sort of a glaze over it, make it look a little hazier back there, which is perfect for like color and perspective. Oops. And then it will make this stuff in the foreground pop even more. I think I like that. So then if I go back with my darks now and just make sure that this stuff is really dark, we will be good. Still want like a little bit more dark up in here. There we go. It kind of frames it in a little bit more on top. I think that's wise. We're going to be able to take the tape off here soon, guys. That's the fun part. Well, okay, painting's fun too. We're having fun, I think, right? Okay, let's see. There's just a little bit of stuff over in here I wanted to emphasize with dark. That purple down in there is like my favorite. Okay. Okay, I'm really, really liking it. Gotta kind of hold it up. I lost, because I put that blue, which was fine. That was my intention. I lost some of the really deep right in here, though, that I want to keep. After pulling it back, it's like, okay, I need a little bit more in here. Doesn't need to be tons, but just enough to not lose the deepness of those areas. Okay. This right in here, actually, on video, it doesn't look as intense, so I might need to fix that. This greenery in here from this little tree in the distance is a little bit lame at the moment, so we're going to go in and add a little bit more. It doesn't be super dark. Just a little bit more definition to that to change it from the sky color. So it's kind of blending into the sky color a little bit. Oops, okay. Close, close, close. Just amping up the green a little bit in this area. I'm kind of waiting for the edges to dry a little bit so I can take off the tape for you guys. Because I love taking off tape. In case you don't know that already, it's definitely a fun thing to do because it really just frames it and you can see sort of the finished product. I'm just lightly lifting some of this in here, which you can do with watercolor. Just scrub it gently. I lost a little bit of my highlight. I think that's good. This paper's not great for that. So I have to be a little careful. Just got some little areas that are like white showing through, which are a little distracting. So covering some of that is a good idea. Oh, I'm loving it. Okay. Do you think it's safe to take off the... Let's see if you guys can see the metallic at all anymore. It's definitely hard to tell. I think I have too many lights on, so you can... Oh, yeah, there's the purple down here. You can kind of see... Yeah, you can see it right there. I put a bunch on the greenery in there, so you got the little glisten like that. It's very subtle, which is why I like this set. Oops, I shouldn't share that information with you. You can hear it in my video coming up in 2 weeks. But let's take the tape off so you can see the finished product. I reused like tape that was already on another painting. So I'm hoping that it worked okay. It looks like it did. And there's something about doing this that just finishes it off. It's like framing a piece of art. Sometimes you don't actually know if it's done until you framed it, because you'll get to see what it looks like. But there it is. I'm actually quite happy with it. I still don't know if it's what I want to do on the big canvas or not, but and honestly, it's the metallic that really makes it fun for this piece there towards the end. I was like, oh, that's so cool to add the glisten on there. So that's the finished product. I'll probably stop there today, but thanks guys for watching, and I hope you'll stay tuned for more live streams. I might be changing up my time for my live streams in the next few weeks, so watch out for the time, because it might change to a weekday, an earlier weekday time slot. So just subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so that you get notified of videos, new videos, and these live streams and when they're going to be coming on. So thanks guys for watching. Thank you for the feedback and comments. Thank you. It's been fun. I hope it inspires you, because that's kind of my whole goal, is to make sure that you guys feel like you have a little bit of energy now to go into whatever creative projects you have on your plate. But as for me right now, I'm going to stop here, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great Friday and a great weekend. Bye.